us understand more on the topic of insertions. Kasi alam po natin na sa proseso ng pagdaan ng bill na yan sa Kongreso at sa Senado, may mga lobbying na nangyayari. So ano po yung are insertions considered red flags, and is there a legal type of insertion? Kasi I remember Senator Tito Soto or Senator Lacson said na tinawagan daw ng DPWH USEC si Senator Tito Soto at tinatanong kung anong gustong i-insert dito nga sa infra. So, hindi po ba parang normal yun na may ganyang lobbying? Where do you draw the line, in short?
That's a very good question, Gretchen. In fact, a very important question. Insertions and amendments are interchangeable, and it's being used interchangeably and loosely because it's pretty much the same. When you amend, basically you include projects in the National Expenditure Program. Now, amendment is part of the power of the purse, and that's enshrined in the Constitution. So Congress and the Senate, being given the power of the purse through the Constitution, can amend items. So like for example, in my case, over the past years, I've amended, pero pabawas. I've removed budget from different agencies because I find them incongruent with the mandates of those agencies. It's not in line with the mandate of those agencies. So we would remove budget and put it somewhere else. Now, when you put somewhere else, this is also important because you want to coordinate, or the proponent wants to coordinate, the proponent needs to coordinate with the agency so that the agencies are also alerted that you are amending or adding budget to their agency so that that addition can be implemented. If you don't alert them, doon na lumalabas yung mga projects na walang feasibility study, walang lupa, walang MOA, and that becomes a problem because you cannot implement it. Kahit na may pondo, it takes time to implement, and by the time you implement it, it's already end of the year. No? So nasasayang yung pera.
So normal po itong pag-uusap ng mga senador at mga congressman dito sa mga departamento?
For me, when you amend, you have to justify it. Whether amending to add budget or amending to reduce budget, you have to justify it. It has to be, number one, implementable. Dapat ma-implement yan right away. Number two, it's needed by the constituents. Number three, it's needed by the agency. Number four, it's coordinated through, with the LGU and also the agency. So all of these things should be present in order to make that amendment productive. Or else, mag-amend ka lang, pero hindi naman magamit-gamit. And the other one is also, now that it's coming up, there's also allegations that politicians amend the budget because meron silang cut SOP from that budget. So that's another allegation that we are investigating right now, no? Because ang mga accusation right now is politicians amend the budget or insert in the budget, and then later on sila rin mag-i-implement ng budget o sila makakakuha ng SOP from that budget, no? And so that's short, blatantly illegal.
Sa tingin po nyo, may sabit kaya itong si DPWH USEC Cabral sa kanyang pagtatanong o wala? Because yun nga parang parte yun nung coordination na yun. And also in line with that, pati yung pag-uusap ni Senator Joel sa DPWH kay DE Henry Alcantara.
We need to go deeper into that, no? Of course, kasama yan sa investigation. We need to get the statements from both parties. It's very hard to make a judgment right now because you only hear one side but you haven't heard the other side. So we need to hear both in order to come up with judgments. But basic lang, no? Basic lang. If a legislator wants to amend, you have to make sure that all those 4 items that I mentioned are present. It's coordinated, it's needed. Number 2, it's the other one is it's requested by your constituents, and it's implementable. Kasi if it's not implementable and you put money there are cases, ako narinig ko ito, there are cases that legislator would put items in an agency, pero sasabihin naman ng agency, Hindi naman namin kailangan yan. Or that's already obsolete. No? Hindi na namin kailangan yung item. Then sayang lang yung pera. So you need to coordinate with the agencies as well.
Okay. And with that, paano po kaya, what reforms are you seeing here coming out of both the Senate probe and the Commission's work to prevent similar anomalies and strengthen checks and balances?
This is a systemic problem, so you need a systemic solution. And the systemic solution here is to fix it from step one all the way to the last step. Meaning, from the point you bid out the project, you need to make sure that's transparent. In fact, use electronic means or digital means to already bid out. Hindi na mano-mano ngayon. From the time it's awarded, it has to be electronic. From the time that it's monitored, it's being audited, everything should be electronic. So, in my opinion, the systemic solution here is to fix the system itself, from start to end. And one of the things that I will propose later on is to make sure that everything is done digitally through the internet so that everything is transparent.
So you are for open data for all infrastructure projects?
Yes, definitely. In fact, in the new procurement law, that's already mandated. But we need to push DPWH to implement that digital or internet-based bidding and awarding.